Hello everyone. As we enjoy the last hints of autumn, our thoughts naturally turn to the colder months ahead. Europe is no stranger to a proper chilly winter, is it? We often see beautiful frosty mornings and even delightful blankets of snow. It's a season of cozy jumpers, warm drinks, festive cheer. But winter also brings a more powerful and unpredictable side of nature. I'm talking about winter storms. These are not just a bit of bad weather. They can be major events that bring strong winds, heavy snow, freezing rain. It's something we all need to be aware of and prepared for as the temperatures begin to drop. So what exactly is a winter storm? Think of it as a giant swirling system in the atmosphere. It happens when a mass of cold, dry air from the polar regions, like the Arctic, crashes into a mass of warmer, moist air. This clash of temperatures creates instability. Let's delve a little deeper into the science, shall we? One of the key players scientists are watching for the winter of 2025 is the polar vortex. You've probably heard me talk about this on Good Morning Britain. It's a large area of low pressure and very cold air that sits over the North Pole. Usually it stays strong and stable, keeping that frigid air locked up in the Arctic. However, sometimes it can weaken, wobble, or even split. When this happens, it can send a huge blast of freezing polar air southwards, right towards Europe, a phenomenon often called a sudden stratospheric warming event. This displacement of cold air is what can really set the stage for a stormy winter. It doesn't just make it colder, it dramatically changes the weather patterns across the continent. The temperature difference between this newly arrived Arctic air and the milder air over the Atlantic Ocean becomes much more extreme. This increased temperature gradient provides extra fuel for developing storms, making them more intense and powerful than they would normally be. It's like adding more energy to a spinning top. It just spins faster and more erratically. We don't have to look far back to see how disruptive these storms can be. Many of us will remember the Beast from the East back in 2018. That event was a classic example of what happens when the polar vortex weakens. It brought widespread heavy snow and bitterly cold temperatures that gripped much of the UK and Europe for days. The impact was felt everywhere. Major roads and motorways became impassable, with hundreds of drivers getting stranded in their cars overnight. It was a stark reminder of how quickly conditions can change and how vulnerable our transport networks can be to extreme weather. The disruption goes far beyond just the roads. During severe storms, airports can be forced to close, leading to thousands of flight cancellations and leaving passengers stranded. Train services are also heavily affected, with frozen points and snow-covered tracks causing long delays and cancellations. So what can we do to get ready? The most important thing is not to panic, but to prepare. Let's start with some simple safety tips. If a storm is forecast, avoid traveling if you can. Stay indoors and keep warm. If you must travel, check the forecast and traffic updates before you leave. Make sure your vehicle is winter ready with de-icer, screen scraper, full tank of fuel. Have a winter car kit with warm blanket, torch, phone power bank, food and water. Preparing your home is just as crucial. Now, check a few things before the bad weather hits. Make sure your gutters are clear of. Leaves debris, lag pipes in unheated areas like a loft garage.